The encounter. In the vastness of space, a busy space station floated like a shining star. Humans and aliens from different worlds gathered here, exchanging ideas and stories. Among the crowd was Alex, a brave human with a curious heart. He loved exploring new places and meeting new beings. Today, he felt especially excited because the Galactic Festival was in full swing. Bright lights decorated the station, and cheerful music filled the air. Alex wandered through the colorful stalls, admiring alien crafts and foods from distant planets. He could smell strange but delicious dishes being cooked nearby. As he moved deeper into the festival, he noticed a group of aliens gathered around a stage. They were watching a performance by dancers from Lyra's home planet, a world known for its beauty and grace. Suddenly, a commotion broke out. A loud shout pierced the music, and Alex turned to see a group of masked figures rushing through the crowd. Panic spread like wildfire as people screamed and scattered. The attackers pushed their way toward the stage, and Alex's heart raced. He could see the princess, Lyra, caught in the chaos, her golden hair shimmering under the lights. Without thinking, Alex sprang into action. He darted through the crowd, dodging frightened festival-goers. He could see the attackers closing in on Lyra, their eyes filled with malice. He had to reach her before it was too late. As he approached, he saw Lyra standing her ground, looking both frightened and fierce. She was a striking figure, with bright green skin and vibrant blue markings that glowed slightly in the light. Despite the danger, there was a strength in her stance that captivated Alex. "Get away from her," Alex shouted, his voice rising above the chaos. The attackers turned their attention to him, momentarily distracted. In that brief moment, Alex lunged forward and grabbed Lyra's hand. "Come on," he urged, pulling her away from the danger. Together, they ran through the crowd, weaving in and out of the chaos. Lyra kept pace with him, her heart pounding. She had never met a human before, and now one was risking everything to save her. As they reached a quieter corner of the festival, they paused to catch their breath. Alex looked into Lyra's eyes, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. "Thank you for saving me," Lyra said, her voice shaking slightly. "I thought I was finished." Alex smiled, his heart racing not just from fear, but from the thrill of being near her. "I couldn't just stand there and do nothing." "You're the princess, right? What were those people after?" Lyra's expression changed, and Alex could see a flicker of sadness in her eyes. "They want to take me back to my home planet and use me as a pawn in their political games. My father wants peace, but not everyone agrees." Alex felt a surge of determination. He had always wanted to help others, and now he was drawn into a conflict much larger than himself. "You won't have to face them alone. I'll help you," he promised, surprising even himself with his words. Lyra looked at him, a mix of gratitude and hope in her gaze. "You don't know what you're getting into, but thank you." As they stood there, a connection sparked between them, an unspoken understanding that they would face whatever came next together. In that moment, Alex knew that his life would never be the same. He had risked everything to save an alien princess, and somehow, it felt like the beginning of a great adventure. Learning about each other. The next day, Alex and Lyra met in a quiet corner of the space station. After the chaotic events of the festival, they felt a strong bond growing between them. They were both eager to learn more about each other's worlds, and excitement filled the air. "Where are you from, Lyra?" Alex asked as they settled on a bench that overlooked the bustling marketplace. He watched the bright colors of alien crafts and heard laughter echoing around them. Lyra smiled, her bright green skin glowing in the soft light. "I come from a planet called SciFi. It is filled with lush forests, glowing flowers, and beautiful skies. We have 3 moons that light up the night." Alex's eyes widened with wonder. "That sounds amazing. What are the people like there?" Lyra's expression turned serious. "The Zephyrians are very proud of our culture. We have a rich history of art and music, but not everyone is peaceful. There are those who believe in power and control. They do not accept humans and see you as a threat. Alex nodded, understanding the weight of her words. I get it. People can be afraid of what they do not know. On Earth, we have our own problems too. Some people fear aliens and want to keep them away. Lyra looked thoughtful. I want to change that. My father believes that humans and Zephyrians can work together for peace. But first, I must prove that I can be a good leader. Alex admired her determination. You will be. You saved yourself back there in the festival. You were brave. Lyra smiled, feeling warmth spread in her chest. Thank you, Alex, but I want to learn more about you too. What is Earth like? Earth is full of different landscapes, Alex began. We have mountains, oceans, forests, and deserts. There are many cultures and languages. Some people live in big cities and others in small towns. It's beautiful, but can also be chaotic. As Alex spoke, he realized how much he loved his home. He described the feel of the ocean breeze, the sound of birds singing, and the beauty of sunrises. Lyra listened closely, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. I have always wanted to see Earth, she confessed. The idea of walking on a different planet is exciting. What do you enjoy doing there? I love exploring. Alex replied with enthusiasm. I hike, camp, and sometimes just drive to see where the road takes me. I also love to play sports and hang out with my friends. But I've always wanted to meet new beings from other planets, like you. Lyra's heart swelled. I want to see your world and experience it all. But I worry about the challenges. What if my people do not accept me because of you? Alex reached out and took her hand. Together, we can face any challenge. Your strength is impressive, Lyra. If we show them that our friendship is real, they might change their minds. She smiled at him, feeling a sense of hope. You make me believe it is possible. As they continued talking, laughter and stories filled the space around them. They shared dreams, fears, and hopes, discovering the beauty in their differences. Each moment brought them closer, building a bridge of understanding between their worlds. Lyra realized that Alex was not just a human. He was a friend, someone who saw her as she truly was. And for Alex, Lyra was not just an alien princess, but a brave spirit fighting for peace. They both knew that this was just the beginning of their journey together. With every word, they were learning more than just about each other. They were creating a bond that could change their worlds forever. Trouble brews. Days passed, and Alex and Lyra spent every moment they could together. They explored the space station, shared meals, and talked about their dreams for the future. However, beneath their joy, dark clouds of trouble were gathering. One afternoon, as they walked through a quiet part of the station, Lyra's expression turned serious. Alex, I have something to tell you, she said, her voice low. My father is worried about our friendship. He fears that if the people of Zephyra see me with you, they will think I am weak. Some believe that humans should not be trusted. Alex's heart sank. I understand. But we know that our friendship is real. We can show them that it is possible for humans and Zephyrians to get along. Lyra sighed, her shoulders slumping. It's not that easy. My father is preparing for a council meeting. Many leaders will be there, and they want to discuss our alliance with humans. If they see us together, it could create more problems. Then we should talk to your father together, Alex suggested. Show him that our friendship is strong. Lyra shook her head. I cannot. He would never accept you. There are many who want to see me married to someone from my own world. They believe it is the only way to keep power. Frustration boiled inside Alex. But what about what you want? You should have a say in your own life. Lyra looked down, her eyes filled with worry. I know, but it is not that simple. My life is not just about me. It is about my people and my duty as a princess. I have to think about them. As they stood in silence, the weight of her words hung in the air. Suddenly, A loud noise broke through their thoughts. A group of Zephyrian soldiers approached, their expressions stern. Alex felt a chill run down his spine. "Princess Lyra," one of the soldiers called out, "you are needed at the council meeting. Now." Lyra's face paled. "I have to go," she said, panic creeping into her voice. "But what about us?" Alex asked desperately. "We will figure it out," Lyra replied, glancing at him with a mix of fear and determination. "I will speak to my father about you. I promise." As she walked away, Alex's heart sank. He felt helpless as he watched her leave. The reality of their situation weighed heavily on him. He knew that if Lyra's father did not accept their friendship, it could tear them apart. That night, as Alex lay in his small room on the space station, he couldn't shake the feeling of dread. He paced back and forth, his mind racing. What if Lyra's father rejected her? What if the council decided to take action against him? He couldn't let that happen. He had to find a way to protect Lyra and their bond. The next day, Alex decided to take action. He would go to the council meeting himself. He knew it was risky, but he felt it was the only way to show the leaders of Zephyra that he truly cared for Lyra. As he approached the grand chamber where the council was meeting, his heart raced. He could hear voices echoing from within. The tension in the air was thick. Taking a deep breath, he pushed the doors open and stepped inside. All eyes turned to him, and he felt a wave of uncertainty wash over him. He spotted Lyra across the room, her eyes wide with surprise. "Alex," she exclaimed, her voice cutting through the tension. He stood tall, ready to fight for their love. Little did he know that this was just the beginning of the trouble that lay ahead. The escape plan. The Grand Council chamber buzzed with tension as Alex stood in front of the assembly of Zephyrian leaders. They wore elaborate robes, and their eyes narrowed in suspicion as they regarded the human who had dared to enter their sacred space. Lyra rushed to Alex's side, her heart pounding. "What are you doing here?" she whispered urgently, her face a mix of fear and surprise. "You shouldn't have come." "I had to show them that I care about you, Lyra," Alex replied, his voice steady. "They need to see that our friendship is real and important." Just then, a tall Zephyrian elder rose from his seat, his voice booming. "What is the meaning of this intrusion? A human in our council is an insult to our traditions." Lyra stepped forward, her courage shining through. "He is not just a human. He is my friend, and I wish for him to speak." The council murmured among themselves, and Alex felt the weight of their stares. He took a deep breath and stepped forward, gathering his courage. "I know that humans and Zephyrians have had their differences," he began, his voice echoing in the chamber. "But I believe that we can change that. Lyra and I share a bond that can help both our worlds." The elder scoffed. "You are naive, human. You do not understand the risks. If you think that your friendship can change the minds of our people, you are mistaken. I may not know everything about your world, but I know what I feel for Lyra," Alex insisted. "We both want peace. Let me prove it." Suddenly, whispers filled the room, and Lyra looked worried. "Alex, this is dangerous. They might not be willing to listen." Before anyone could respond, another council member stood up. "Perhaps we should hear him out. If this human truly cares for our princess, he might be of use to us." The elder frowned but nodded reluctantly. "Fine. Speak, human, but know that your words will be weighed carefully." Alex took another breath, feeling the eyes of the council on him. "I know about the dangers your planet faces. I have heard the stories of war and conflict. But I believe that if we join forces, we can create something beautiful. Together, we can build a future where humans and Zephyrians stand side by side." As he spoke, he noticed a glimmer of hope in Lyra's eyes. But the elder shook his head. "Your words are sweet, but we need action. If you wish to prove yourself, you must show us that you are worthy of our trust." After a long discussion, the council decided that Alex would have one chance to prove himself. He had to join Lyra in a dangerous mission to gather resources from a neighboring planet that had been plagued by war. If he succeeded, they would consider allowing him to remain in Zephyra and support Lyra's wish for unity. Later that night, Alex and Lyra met in secret to discuss their escape plan. They sat in a small, dimly lit room away from prying eyes. "This is risky," Lyra said, her voice barely above a whisper. "If we get caught, it could mean trouble for both of us." "I know," Alex replied, his eyes shining with determination. "But we have to try. We can't let fear hold us back." "I want to help you, Lyra, and I believe in what we can create together." Lyra nodded, her spirit ignited by his words. "We will need to be careful. The guards are everywhere, and we must find a way to slip past them unnoticed." They spent hours planning their route. They marked the map of the station, identifying the less guarded paths and potential hiding spots. "Once we reach the shuttle bay, we can take a small ship to the neighboring planet," Alex suggested. Lyra smiled, her confidence returning. "Yes, we can do this together. I believe in us." As they finalized their plan, a sense of excitement filled the air. They knew the path ahead would be filled with challenges, but together, they felt unstoppable. With their hearts set on the adventure to come, they prepared to face whatever lay ahead, united in their hope for a brighter future. The betrayal. The night before their mission, Alex and Lyra were filled with nervous excitement. They had planned every detail carefully, and now all that remained was to execute their escape. But as they gathered in their secret meeting place, a shadow loomed over their hopes. "Are you sure you want to do this?" Lyra asked, her voice tinged with uncertainty. "If we fail, it could put both of us in danger." Alex nodded, determination in his eyes. "We have to try, Lyra. We can't let fear stop us. Our worlds deserve a chance for peace." They agreed to meet at dawn when the guards would be less alert. But as the first light of morning crept into the station, Alex felt a twinge of doubt. He knew that the journey ahead would be risky, but he also felt something else creeping in, a sense of unease. As he quietly made his way to the shuttle bay, Alex heard a rustling sound behind him. Turning, he spotted a familiar figure stepping out from the shadows. Rhea, a Zephyrian guard he had met during his time at the council. "What are you doing here, human?" she demanded, her eyes narrowing. "I'm just going to help Lyra," Alex replied, trying to sound confident. Rhea stepped closer, her expression shifting. "You think you can just waltz in and out of our world? You don't know the risks. Many want you gone, and they will stop at nothing to protect their princess." Alex felt a chill run down his spine. "What do you mean?" "I mean that your friendship with her is dangerous. You may think you're helping, but you're putting her life at risk. If the council finds out about your plans," Rhea paused, a wicked smile creeping onto her face, "they will not hesitate to act." "What are you saying?" Alex asked, his voice shaking. Before Rhea could respond, Lyra appeared behind Alex, her face lit with excitement. "Alex, I'm so glad you're here. I was worried you might get caught." Rhea's eyes narrowed further. "Ah, the princess. You should really reconsider who you trust, Lyra. This human is leading you into danger." Lyra frowned, confusion written on her face. "What are you talking about, Rhea?" Alex stepped forward, determined to defend himself. "I care for Lyra, and I would never put her in harm's way." Rhea laughed softly, her voice dripping with disdain. "Love? Is that what you call this? You are a fool, human. You think you can save her, but you are just a pawn in a game much bigger than you realize. You'll soon find out that loyalty runs deep in Zephyra." Lyra's expression hardened as she faced Rhea. "Why are you trying to scare us? You know Alex is my friend, and he cares about our people." Rhea's smile faded, replaced by a cold glare. "Friendship can be a weakness, princess. You will see. I have warned you." With that, Rhea turned and walked away, leaving Alex and Lyra standing in shock. What was that all about? Alex asked, feeling a mixture of anger and fear. Lyra sighed, her face pale. Rhea has always been against my ideas of peace. She believes that humans will only bring harm to our world. I never thought she would threaten us like that. We can't let her stop us, Alex said firmly. We need to go before the council discovers our plans. But if Rhea knows, what if she tells them? Lyra asked, worry etched across her face. We could be caught before we even leave. Alex took a deep breath, trying to remain calm. Then we have to be quicker and smarter. We can't let anyone else find out what we're doing. Together, they hurried to the shuttle bay, their hearts racing. As they entered the small ship, Alex felt a sense of urgency. He glanced back at the entrance, fearing Rhea might return with reinforcements. Let's get out of here, he urged. Lyra nodded, her eyes shining with determination. Yes, let's go. We have to prove that our love can make a difference. As they prepared for takeoff, Alex couldn't shake the feeling that betrayal lurked nearby. They were on the verge of a great adventure, but danger was closer than they realized. With the shadow of Rhea hanging over them, they knew that the path to peace would be filled with unexpected challenges. Little did they know, the true test of their bond was just beginning. Finding allies. As the small ship soared away from the space station, Alex and Lyra felt a mixture of relief and anxiety. The stars stretched out before them like a vast ocean of possibilities, but they knew their journey was far from over. They had to find allies who could help them in their fight for peace between humans and Zephyrians. Where are we going? Alex asked, glancing at the navigation screen. It showed the route to a nearby planet called Eldoria, known for its lush landscapes and diverse inhabitants. Can we trust anyone there? Lyra nodded, her expression serious. Eldoria has a strong tradition of diplomacy. The people there value peace and have helped many worlds in need. If anyone can support our cause, it's them. As they approached Eldoria, the vibrant green and blue colors of the planet filled the view screen. Forests, rivers, and mountains sprawled across the surface, making it look like a paradise. They landed in a small clearing surrounded by tall trees, feeling the excitement build within them. Let's find someone to talk to, Alex suggested as they exited the ship. The air was fresh, and the sounds of nature surrounded them. Birds chirped happily, and a gentle breeze blew through the leaves. Lyra led the way, her heart racing with hope. They walked through the forest, marveling at the beauty around them. After a while, they stumbled upon a small village. Colorful huts made of wood and woven leaves dotted the landscape, and Eldorians, tall beings with shimmering skin and kind eyes, moved about, tending to their daily tasks. Let's approach that group, Lyra said, pointing to a gathering of Eldorians discussing something animatedly. As they walked closer, Alex felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. Would they accept a human among them? Excuse me, Lyra called out, her voice clear. The group turned to face them, curiosity shining in their eyes. Princess Lyra, one of them exclaimed, stepping forward. What brings you to Eldoria? I come seeking help, Lyra said, her voice steady. This is my friend Alex. We believe in the power of unity between our worlds, but we need allies to make it happen. The Eldorians exchanged glances, their expressions thoughtful. What kind of help do you need? Another one asked, a tall figure with blue markings on her skin. We need support in our mission to promote peace between humans and Zephyrians. Alex chimed in, eager to share their cause. There are many who oppose our friendship, but we believe that together we can change hearts and minds. The Eldorian leader, a wise-looking elder with silver hair, nodded slowly. It is noble to seek peace, but you must understand the risks involved. Many have tried to bridge the gap between worlds, and not all have succeeded. Lyra stepped forward, her determination shining brightly. I know the dangers, but we cannot let fear stop us. We want to show our people that unity is possible. If we can convince you to join us, it may inspire others to do the same. The elder paused, considering her words. You speak with passion, princess. Perhaps we can help you, but you must prove that your intentions are genuine. What do you need us to do? Alex asked, feeling a spark of hope. There is a council meeting soon, and we will be attending. We need you both to speak on behalf of your worlds, the elder explained. If you can win the hearts of the Eldorian leaders, we will stand with you. But know that this will not be easy. Lyra and Alex exchanged determined glances. We are ready, Lyra said firmly. We'll do whatever it takes. The elder smiled, warmth filling his eyes. Very well. We will prepare you for the meeting. Together, we can create a powerful alliance. Your journey is just beginning, but I believe that hope can be stronger than fear. As they began to strategize for the upcoming council meeting, Alex felt a sense of purpose wash over him. They were not alone anymore. With the Eldorians by their side, they had a chance to change the fate of their worlds. Together, they would stand up against those who sought to tear them apart, ready to fight for a future of unity and peace. The rescue mission. With their plans set in motion, Alex and Lyra prepared for the council meeting on Eldoria. The Eldorian leaders had agreed to support their cause, but they knew that time was running out. Back on Saphira, Rhea and her allies were likely plotting against them. The two friends understood they needed to act quickly. As the day of the council meeting arrived, an unexpected turn of events shook their confidence. A message reached them through the Eldorian communication system. Rhea had discovered their plans and was planning to capture Lyra during the meeting. The council was in danger, and Alex felt a rush of panic. We have to do something, Alex exclaimed, his heart racing. If Rhea is coming for you, we can't just wait here. Lyra's face hardened with resolve. We need to warn the Eldorian leaders. They must be ready to protect themselves and to help me escape if things go wrong. Let's gather our allies, Alex suggested, urgency filling his voice. We can set a trap for Rhea and her guards. If we can catch them off guard, we can turn the tables. Lyra nodded, her determination shining through. You're right. Let's go. They quickly gathered the Eldorian leaders and shared their plan. The leaders listened intently, their expressions serious. We must act fast, the elder leader said. Rhea is cunning, and she will not come without a strategy of her own. Together, they set up a defensive perimeter around the council hall, using the trees and natural barriers of the landscape. Alex and Lyra worked alongside the Eldorians, setting traps and preparing defenses, hoping to catch Rhea off guard. As they finished, the atmosphere grew tense. The meeting was about to begin, and they could hear the sounds of Rhea and her guards approaching. Alex felt a mix of fear and adrenaline coursing through his veins. We have to stay alert, he whispered to Lyra. No matter what happens, we need to stick together. I won't let you go, Alex, she promised, her eyes steady. We will face this together. As the council convened, Rhea burst through the entrance with her guards, a smug look on her face. You think you can plot against me, she sneered. This is my world, and you have no place here, human. The council members gasped, but Lyra stepped forward, her voice strong. Rhea, this is about more than just us. We seek peace between our worlds. You cannot control our choices with fear. Rhea laughed coldly. Peace. You are a fool, Lyra. Your friendship with him will be your downfall. She motioned for her guards to seize Lyra. But Alex was ready. Not this time. He rushed forward, blocking Rhea's guards. You won't take her. In the chaos, the Eldorian leaders sprang into action. They unleashed the traps they had set, catching Rhea's guards off guard. Vines sprang from the ground, wrapping around the guards and immobilizing them. Lyra, this way, Alex shouted, pulling her away from the chaos. Together, they sprinted toward the back of the council hall, their hearts pounding in their chests. Go, go, Lyra urged, her eyes wide with adrenaline. They dashed through the hall, dodging surprised Eldorians and disarmed guards alike. As they reached the exit, they heard Rhea's furious voice behind them. "You think you can escape me? This isn't over." Alex and Lyra burst into the forest just outside the hall, panting but alive with adrenaline. "We did it," Lyra exclaimed, her eyes shining. "We stood up to her." "Yeah, but it's not over yet," Alex warned. "Rhea will come for us again. We need to find a way to ensure our safety and prove that we can lead together." Lyra nodded, determination set in her features. "We will make it through this. Together, we'll find a way to show our people that peace is worth fighting for." As they caught their breath, a sense of hope washed over them. They had faced danger and emerged stronger. Their bond had been tested, but they knew they were ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. With the support of their new allies, Alex and Lyra were more determined than ever to fight for a united future. Facing the fallout. After the rescue mission, the atmosphere on Eldoria was thick with tension. Alex and Lyra had successfully defended themselves from Rhea's attack, but they knew that the fallout from their actions would be significant. Rhea's words still echoed in Alex's mind. This isn't over. He feared she would not give up easily. The council gathered the next day to discuss the incident. The Eldorian leaders sat in a circle, their expressions grave. Lyra stood beside Alex, her heart pounding. "We need to talk about what just happened," she began, her voice steady. "Rhea's attempt to capture me shows that there are those who will not accept our friendship." One of the Eldorian leaders, a wise woman named Mira, nodded. "Yes, Princess Lyra. This is not just about your friendship with Alex. It is about the future of both our worlds. We must prepare for what Rhea might do next." Alex took a deep breath, feeling the weight of their situation. "We need to unite our people. If we can show them that humans and Zephyrians can work together, we can change hearts." Mira smiled softly. "That is a noble idea, Alex, but many may still fear humans, especially after what happened. We must prove that your intentions are genuine." As the council discussed their options, Alex and Lyra listened carefully. They decided to organize a series of gatherings to share their vision of unity. They would invite both humans and Zephyrians to come together, share their stories, and understand each other better. It was a big task, but they felt it was necessary. After the meeting, Lyra turned to Alex. "Are you ready for this? Rhea will likely use this against us." "I am," Alex replied, his determination unwavering. "We have to show everyone that we are stronger together. If we can inspire even a few, it might create a ripple effect." The next few days were a whirlwind of planning. They traveled to different parts of Eldoria, spreading the word about the upcoming gatherings. Alex met many Eldorians who were curious about humans. He shared his experiences and listened to their stories. Slowly, some began to warm up to him. However, Rhea was not idle. She spread rumors, painting Alex as a threat to Zephyrian safety. "He is here to steal our land and take our resources," she claimed. "We cannot trust him." The tension escalated when a group of Zephyrian guards confronted Alex and Lyra as they were setting up for one of the gatherings. "You have no place here, human," one of the guards shouted, anger flashing in his eyes. "You will never belong among us." Lyra stepped forward, her voice firm. "This is exactly what we're fighting against. We want to show that we can coexist. Please, give us a chance." The guards exchanged uncertain glances. "Rhea will not allow this," another guard warned. "You are putting your lives at risk." Alex felt his heart race. "Then let us prove to you that we can be allies. Join us at the gathering and see for yourselves." After a long pause, the guards reluctantly agreed to attend, but their faces showed skepticism. As they walked away, Alex turned to Lyra. "What if they turn against us? What if Rhea sends more guards to disrupt the gathering?" Lyra placed a hand on his shoulder, her eyes filled with determination. "We cannot let fear dictate our actions. We have to trust that our message of peace will reach them." As the day of the first gathering approached, Alex and Lyra felt the weight of their mission. They had prepared everything, but the uncertainty loomed over them like a storm cloud. Would their efforts bring people together, or would Rhea's influence drive them apart? With their hearts set on the goal, they hoped that their bond could ignite a spark of hope in others. They believed in the power of unity, and together they would face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they stood side by side, ready to confront the fallout from their actions, they knew that their journey had only just begun. A new beginning. The day of the gathering arrived, and Alex felt a mix of excitement and nerves. The clearing where they set up was beautiful, surrounded by tall trees and blooming flowers. It was a perfect place to bring the people of Eldoria together. However, deep down, he was anxious about how Rhea's words might affect the crowd. Lyra stood beside him, her expression confident. "Today is our chance, Alex. If we can reach even a few hearts, we can start changing minds." As the sun rose higher, people began to gather. Eldorians and humans, young and old, filled the clearing. Some looked curious, while others appeared skeptical. Alex could feel the tension in the air. Rhea's influence had created fear, but today was about hope and unity. Lyra stepped forward to greet the crowd. "Thank you all for coming. Today, we gather to share our stories and to show that we can build a future together." Her voice rang clear and strong. Alex joined her, feeling inspired. "My name is Alex. I am a human, and I believe that our worlds can be allies. We have more in common than we think. We share dreams, hopes, and the desire for peace." As he spoke, he noticed a few Eldorians whispering to each other, some nodding in agreement. It felt like a small victory. But just then, a loud voice interrupted from the back of the crowd. "What do you know of our lives, human?" Rhea stepped forward, flanked by her loyal guards. "You come here to steal our culture and trick us into trusting you. We must protect our people." The crowd grew tense, and Alex felt his heart race. This was the moment he feared. Lyra remained calm, standing tall beside him. "Rhea, we are not here to take anything. We want to share, to learn from each other. It's time for a new beginning, not more division." Rhea scoffed. "A new beginning? How can we trust a species that only brings chaos? I warn you all, do not fall for their lies." Alex took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment. "I understand your fears, Rhea, but I am not your enemy. I am here to listen and to learn. If we truly want peace, we must set aside our past." As he spoke, Alex noticed a few Eldorians whispering to each other again. They were listening, considering his words. Rhea's guards shifted uncomfortably, clearly unsure of how to respond. "Is it not better to try than to fear?" Lyra added, "We have seen what happens when we fight against each other. Let us build bridges instead." After a moment of silence, a brave young Eldorian stepped forward. "I believe them. I have seen how Alex cares for Lyra. I want to learn more about humans, to understand them better." The crowd murmured in surprise. This young Eldorian's courage sparked a shift in the atmosphere. More voices began to rise, echoing support. "Yes, we can give this a chance." Seeing the change in the crowd, Rhea's expression hardened. She realized she was losing control. "This is madness," she shouted, but her words were met with a growing wave of support for Alex and Lyra. Slowly, the atmosphere shifted from fear to hope. Eldorians and humans began to mingle, sharing stories and laughter. Alex felt a rush of joy as he watched people connect. The gathering was becoming what they had dreamed of, a chance for unity. As the sun set, casting a warm glow over the clearing, Alex and Lyra stood hand in hand, filled with gratitude and hope. "We did it," Alex said, his voice barely above a whisper. Lyra smiled brightly. "This is just the beginning. We have so much more to do." But today was a step forward. With newfound determination, they knew that together they could face any challenge. The seeds of change had been planted, and they were ready to nurture them. A new beginning was upon them, one where humans and Zephyrians could stand together in the light of understanding and friendship. Together, they would shape a brighter future for both worlds.